Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. It's been a little while since I've done a video, but just wanted to do a quick demonstration of this is my latest controller. This is the Vectrex ANDI controller, which is analog-digital. I don't actually own a Vectrex, so I had to figure out a way to go and simulate the functions and make sure it's all working. Because I have all the schematics and technical details, I just don't actually have a Vectrex. So you see the controller's got a nice silk silver analog knob. You can see it on the corner there, working there, and then a 8-way controller. So this little box here is my little test box, so I can see. You can see all the buttons work, and then I'll zoom in on the corner a little bit. Oh, wrong window. Why does it do that to me? Okay, there it is. So if we open this guy up, we'll make a little bigger. It's not the easiest thing to see, but there's a little purple, there it is, there's a little purple dot. My scope is in XY mode right now, so you can see the center of this joystick is 0, 0. So you see it's not triggering at all, that's there. So as soon as you get out of center, the scope picks it up. You can see how it, those are your voltages. You can see one around the circle. It's not a perfect circle, it's kind of a, there's flats on the edge of course, but yeah, you can see how it actually works. And since the, let's see, a real small circle, let's see. Isn't that cool? But yeah, that is my simulator working with my scope, oscilloscope in XY mode. So quite literally the X channels hooked up to the X and the Y's hooked up to Y. So oscilloscopes you can do what's known as XY. Usually they're in time sweep, but in this case it is how X relates to Y voltage wise. So as long as you have your X and Y channels scale the same, you can do a really good examination of how you see it's actually pretty darn precise, so that's good. And of course buttons. Yeah, so this actually turned out really nice. Put a nice Vectrex logo on there. This is, and of course it's hard to see, but oh, this is reversed. I'm glad I tested it. The up and the down are reversed. Dear. That's why we test it. So I'm going to fix that. Is this should be this. So my Y is reversed, and okay, it's just the Y-axis is reversed. I gotta flip around the Y. All right. Well, glad I tested it then. But here we go. So I'm going to take this apart and flip those over, and we will have a controller. I'll take some pretty pictures of it, and well, since I'm here, I might as well open it up. These just use fast on connectors. They're not hard. Yeah, I can actually show the guts inside. So my Y-axis is reversed. This is the same enclosure that I use for my 5200 controllers. Same joystick I use for the ANDI controllers. Buttons are of course black, not my translucent red. And the analog joystick's a little different because it is there we go. This actually turned out nice and neat inside. There's your guts. So my Y-axis this guy. Y-axis is this so low. This and this purple need to be reversed. All right. They're fast on, but they're not very fast off. Usually a little release pin in the center that makes it a little easier to get them off. Yep, that did it. This, of course, is my prototype, so the next one I build is going to be a little bit longer wires. But I've learned. Live and learn. Let's see if this fixes it. Should. Still hooked in? Yeah. Alright, upper right. Can't really see that because it's 0. Down there. Down there. Up there. There we go. All fixed. And on this one, I went with 20. Ooh, get that shot. I went with 20 turn precision trim pots for the circuit. The circuit's actually pretty simple. It's a 4.7K resistor on one side. It's 4.7K. Then there's the pot, and then there's another, and then there's a variable pot. So you, basically trim this pot, so you take up, like this is the X pot, that's the Y pot, sorry, this is the Y pot, X pot, and you trim it until you get dead center, so you have 0 volts at center. So that's how these were designed originally. Yeah, so I drew up a little CAD drawing, cut out the little test box in my CNC, wired up a little test board. This is hooked up to a dual output power supply. I did purchase, waiting from China, a dual output supply and a couple of little mini digital panel meters, so I can use those for I'll mount them on a little bit bigger test box, but then I won't even need to hook it up to the scope or anything. I could just adjust the X and the Y, check out the buttons, and use that for testing in the future. But this is just a quick and dirty, so I can demonstrate on the oscilloscope that it works. Don't really need to do that for everyone, because just as long as it's 0 in the center, should be alright. But yeah, I'm going to take some pictures of this and put this online. And I'll probably do another video. This is a daytime video. You can tell with all the horrible light behind me right here, backlighting me like crazy. My next video will be, I got a return in for a dual stick. It looks like the Y-axis on Y-axis pots is not functioning, which is kind of weird. And I'll fix that. And I have one order for just a regular old overlay, 5200 overlay. Well, maybe I'll do a video on that one, but that shouldn't be that thrilling because I've built a few of those so far. So, but yeah, this turned out nice. I got these nice vinyl numbers for it. I really tried to go for the Vectrex theme with the silver. Let me get this scope plot out of the way so you can see. Oh, darn it again. Come on. Here we go. Get this out of the way. So you have your nice silver knob. Nice quality. I'm sure I can get these in silver too. I'm going to offer 2 versions of this. One which is just complete like this. I'll put the link in the description below. And then another one where you want to supply your own digital joystick and buttons. I'm actually really happy with it. I like these buttons. Nice click to them. They are convex buttons. Some people prefer concave. It's all personal preference. But yeah, you can buy a version where basically I subtract the cost of this joystick and subtract the cost of the buttons. So it's not a huge discount, but if you're particular on like what joystick and buttons you have, because these joysticks aren't, I mean, honesty here, these are not terribly expensive joysticks. They're like $9 for the joystick, somewhere around there, and then the analog one's about the same. Well, the analog's closer to $11 for the analog stick. Then these are like $9, $10, somewhere in there, and then the buttons are actually pretty inexpensive. Buttons are only about 70 cents a piece, so it's not like a huge discount, but it's there. So you can order it, supply me the joystick and the buttons, I'll integrate them into it. These are standard 30mm buttons, in case you're wondering. 30mm buttons, and I can't remember what brand joystick this is, but they all have the same mounting holes. So that's easy to deal with. But yeah, turned out nice, it's clean. It's pretty heavy actually. With the ANDIs are always pretty heavy joysticks because this has a steel plate underneath it here, and it adds a little mass to it. So everyone, thanks for watching. I'll see if I can do another video tonight. But yeah, it works like a joystick, as it should, and it's available for order now, and I have parts on hand for 4 more. So if you have owned a Vectrex and want to try out my dual controller, order down below. Thanks for watching.